Alright guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video we're doing a reaction video. This is the 2022 Atlantic Hurricane season animation from Force 13. I realised they released this, I think it was Christmas Eve, but I did not see the video. We are going to have a look at it now though, and I thought, why not let's react to it together. So let's see what happens in this animation. I've heard that they have some pretty questionable analysis, apparently, but we'll see what happens here. I don't know if they're actually, people are actually telling the truth, or if they're actually lying about the analysis I've been hearing about the Force 13 animation. But let's see what happens. Let's start the animation and let's see.
August of 2020. Hurricane Laura rapidly intensified to a Category 4 storm before striking southwestern Louisiana.
Oh, yeah.
About a year later, in August of 2021, Hurricane Ida would do a similar thing, striking southeastern Louisiana this time
Both
with a
catastrophic
150-mile-per-hour
storms.
Category 4. These are just two examples of the activity we've seen over the past 2 years, and it has been record-breaking. In April of 2022, early forecasts came out, and it looked like we were in for another historic hurricane season.
Crazy thing is,
We also
though, it
wondered,
actually stayed
will the Gulf
pretty
Coast
average
finally get
this
a break,
year.
among
We
other
didn't
areas
actually get
across
really
the
an
basin?
above average season.
This is the
If we're actually going
2022
over technical terms,
Atlantic
it was
hurricane
literally
season.
one storm above average. But here we go. 2022. Here comes, this is, Alex. 4 people in Cuba. 4,000. There's Alex. So 4 fatalities, 4,000, and 1.88. Okay, so there's the beginnings of Bonnie. Yeah, zooming out Colin formed June, July, I think it was July 1st. Yeah, PTC O2O. There's Bonnie. Oh, July 2nd. 50 miles an hour. Yeah, Bonnie actually intensified quite quickly on its approach to Nicaragua, because it came Category 3 in the Eastern Pacific. Let me know if you want me to do a reaction on that animation as well. I saw they had an animation of the Pacific hurricane season as well. I might do an animation on that as well. But of course, we had an extremely dead August this year. Actually, one of the least most inactive on record. 98 out. Oh, I remember this storm. It was questionable whether it was a tropical depression or not, due to like the rotation it had when it moved into like Texas. Apparently, it had like really, really good rotation. And I believe that was like the mid-level and low-level centres were aligned perfectly. PTC04L. A storm that really should have never became a PTC, because when Recon went into it, it was found to just be a surface, just a trough. Basically. Oh yeah. Danielle. Storm I like to call the failure, because it was at one point expected to become a Category 4. Never did. Thankfully, it would have been a pretty bad storm for Bermuda. Only brought, I believe, minimal impacts. I don't think it actually did many damages. Yeah, minimal damages, 2 fatalities. Only out. Moderate damages, 90 miles per hour. Yeah, here's Fiona, of course, the first major hurricane. Fatality that was. Yeah, 5 billion Puerto Rico. Very catastrophic storm for Puerto Rico. And there's its intensification phase. Cat 3, Gaston. Cat 4, Gaston. Gaston didn't do much though, only affected the Azores, I remember. Fiona, of course.
The red area is areas
monster.
under a hurricane warning, meaning hurricane conditions are expected. The blue area here,
warnings.
tropical storm warning. So tropical storm conditions are expected. And for you here in Canada, you really got to wrap up your preparation by sundown today. So if you're watching us from Canada, please go ahead and wrap your preparations soon.
And considering how strong this storm has been up until a very short time until reaching Canada, by that point I think it still is a massive contender for possibly one of the worst storms for the region.
Wow. Oh, I didn't even realise I was looking at Fiona too much, but there's Ian. At 3. Oh boy.
That's what you see here on our forecast. I've been around for a long time. These are big numbers. I haven't seen numbers like this many times in my career. 12 to 18 feet in and around the Charlotte Harbor area. Just a very devastating event starting to unfold, unfortunately, for the residents of Southwest Florida.
Oh, man.
Good morning, this is Force 13 Live, and we're currently tracking Hurricane Ian, which is set to make a catastrophic landfall on the southwestern part of Florida. We're probably looking at a landfall in Lee or Charlotte counties, possibly both. With its large eye, after that eyewall replacement cycle last night, it went on to strengthen substantially and is now up to 155 miles per hour and a pressure of 937.
Wow, 50 billion. That's ridiculous. Tropical pressure 11 as well. We're doing 57 plus. Wow. Okay, so here we have, I think that's tropical depression 12. Which, fun fact, tropical depression 12 hours at one point expected to become actually tropical storm Julia, but it never happened. The organisation wasn't sufficient enough. 54 people! Wow. Julia, man. What? Okay. Now, this is what I was hearing about the analysis thing. They have Julia as a category 2, and I thought they were actually people aligned, but no. They actually do have it as a category 2. Tropical storm Carl, 60 miles per hour. Of course, Carl formed from actually the remnants of Julia, which very interesting. Of course, very rare event. We had 2 November hurricanes active at the same time. Lisa and Martin. Fun fact, Martin was expected to form, then went down to 0%, and went back up to like 80% within a week, 48 hours. There goes Martin. So Lisa did moderate damages, and the final storm of the season forming now. Some tropical storm Nicole, or Hurricane Nicole. Here goes. Bang. 120 mil damages. That is, wow. 91 ace, that is very low. Yeah, Hurricane Ian was the strongest storm of the season and the costliest storm of the season, with estimated damage being over 50 billion. Hurricane Fiona brought devastating impacts to the Caribbean and Canada. 5 billion in flooding in Puerto Rico. That's ridiculous. It's actually ridiculous. Okay, let's pause the video real quick. So here was all their analysis. So let's have Fiona with winds of 140 miles per hour, which that's very interesting. So yeah, that's Ian. Category 5. From my analysis, Martin. Wow. For that landfall. Ian causing the strongest landfalls. Yeah, Ian's first landfall 150 miles per hour, then a bit of a weaker one at 145, and then another landfall from Ian at 125 miles per hour. Now, of course, apparently Julia made landfall with winds of 100 miles per hour, according to their analysis. Don't know about that. Then Fiona, and that's Ian again, and then Fiona, then Lisa. So, you know what? A lot of the storms took the cake. It was really just Ian and Fiona there, and then we just had Lisa pop in a bit later on in the season. But yeah, that's a very interesting season, very interesting analysis, I must admit, and here are the costly storms. So, of course, Ian, without a doubt, going to be the costliest, 50 billion. Fiona, 5.5 billion. And surprisingly, that's surprising that Nicole is the third most costliest. I thought it might have been taken by Julia, but no, Julia falling behind. Of course, Lisa wouldn't have as much of a damage toll, probably due to where it made landfall in Belize. But yeah, you could really see not a lot of storms this season actually really affected land. We can clearly see Alex is even on the list, and that only did 104,000. So thankfully this season we didn't have monstrous storms this season. I mean, of course, we still had Ian and Fiona, but compared to seasons 4, like 2021, 2020, you know, we had Laura, we had Iota, Eta, and 2021, Ida. Yeah, we had quite powerful storms march through the basin, but thankfully this year it was only really reserved. Thankfully there was high wind shear, which really helped us out. I've not seen a lot of storms in August. And the deadly storms, Ian, of course, up there, Julia, up there as well, Fiona as well, I heard of course a lot of damage in the Canary Islands. Quietest August since 1997, that is very crazy. Second longest gap between name stop, that is ridiculous. That is just like, wow. Third consecutive year to have a 150 mile per hour category 4 landfall. It's just 150 miles per hour every time. And first Atlantic hurricane season since 2015 to not be above average. That is crazy. That is a long gap. Wow. So the 3 season hour, some of the other 2020 landfalls. Okay. So yeah. So I guess the blue marks are depressions. That's actually crazy. Not a lot of storms made landfall this year. We only saw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. If we look at Fiona, we saw 16 or 17 or 15 storms, sorry, actually hit land. That is crazy. Wow. Wow. I'm zooming out. There are the tracks. Wow. That is a lot of squiggly lines. Okay, but that's it. Very interesting analysis, may I admit. But yeah, that's it for the reaction. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.